Hello, I'm Kenny Garland, Superintendent of the Jasper County Charter System. Today, I would like to discuss the reopening of our schools as we operate during the 2020-2021 school year. Responding to COVID-19 has been a tremendous undertaking for the Jasper County Charter System. Each of our schools are tasked with re-envisioning educational delivery models and adjust practices accordingly. As we look toward the beginning of the school year, the safety and health of our students, educators, and families remain of the highest importance. The administrative team of the Jasper County Charter System has developed a plan in order to establish protocols, general procedures, and provide a decision-making guide as we look to build a safe and quality educational environment. Children rely on schools for academic needs, social development, food, and support for mental and emotional well-being. Achievement gaps have not closed during the last few years, and school building closures will likely serve to widen those gaps further. The challenge of reopening schools for the 2020-21 school year will require extensive preparation, coordination, and strong communication. School systems across the state and nation are preparing for the opening of schools this fall. This year's planning is on a different level as we plan for the unknown. Many schools are struggling with the decision on whether to open with regular instruction, online instruction, or a blend of both models. The 2020-2021 school year will be different as everyone prepares. I would like to thank the approximate 1,100 stakeholders that have responded to our survey on Facebook and the Jasper County Charter System webpage regarding the opening of school. Your input was vital in the decision-making process. The feedback we received has helped the administrative team with establishing several protocols and procedures as we begin the school year. It is the intent of the Jasper County Charter System to begin school on a regular schedule. Staff will report August the 4th, 2020, and students will report August the 12th, 2020. Approximately 43% of the responses in our survey stated the desire for school to start on a regular schedule. However, our school system will be offering an online component, which I will speak to further in this video. While it is our intent to start on a regular schedule, we will continue to monitor the number of reported cases of COVID-19 in Jasper County and throughout our region. Measures such as social distancing, hand washing, screening for symptoms, and the appropriate use of facial covering can help reduce the risk of disease transmission such as COVID-19 and are most effective when used consistently and in combination. Until there is a vaccine, these preventative actions are important, even when transmission rates in a community are very low. Employing these strategies, particularly when high compliance with recommendations is achieved, can help protect students and staff and may help avoid frequent and potentially more disruptive school dismissals and closures. In other words, we want our kids to be safe and in school. One of the items the Jasper County Board of Education has considered during the reopening of schools is the wearing of facial covering during the 2020-2021 school year. Effective beginning of the school year, which is August 4th for faculty and staff and August 12th for students attending in face-to-face instruction, the following procedures will be implemented. First, all faculty and staff will be required to wear facial covering at all campuses during operational hours. Students pre-K through 12 riding buses to and from school will be required to wear facial covering at all times while being transported to and from school. Students in grades 6 through 12 at Jasper County Middle School, Jasper County High School, and those select few which are attending from the Jasper County Virtual Academy on campus will be required to wear facial covering during operational hours. Anyone with a temperature of 99.5 degrees or higher will be required to wear a facial covering after the examination as they receive an additional health assessment. Students in grades pre-K through 5 during the regular school day will not be required to wear facial covering as it is difficult for that age group. However, we do strongly recommend the wearing of facial covering at all times, especially during those times when social distancing is not adequate. During activity classes such as physical education, band, and chorus, we will remain socially distanced as feasible, and the mask and the facial coverings will not be required. At the beginning of the school year, all stakeholders in the Jasper County Charter System will receive 2 cloth face covers similar to this one I'm holding here for the video. They should bring them to school each day and adequately clean them as needed in order to prevent the spread of virus. Facial covering exemptions will be made for those with specific health conditions. All facial covering will follow the guidelines set forth by the JCCS dress code policy. Students and parents must read and sign the JCCS Chromebook One-to-One Initiative Parent-Student Handbook and pay the $30 non-refundable user fee before receiving the device for home usage. Parents may have the opportunity to pay for the device online via My School Bucks or the platform that is used in school nutrition. An additional $5 fee, non-refundable also as well, will be applied due to processing. Parents may elect to make installment payments as determined by the school. If a student does not comply with the guidelines set forth by the Chromebook One-to-One Initiative Parent-Student Handbook, then they will not be allowed to take the device home. The student will be assigned a device for use during the school day, however, in order to receive their instruction. The Jasper County Charter System strongly recommends students be dropped off and picked up by a parent and/or guardian as feasible due to the difficulty in promoting social distancing on buses. In grades pre-K through 5, students who participate in car riders will receive a temperature assessment upon arrival to school. It is asked that students remain in the car while the temperature assessment is being conducted. Students will be asked to place their mask upon their face as one of the faculty or staff will approach the car to get the accurate temperature screening. If the student is not found to be a fever, 99.5 or lower, then they will be permitted on into the building. However, if a student is found to be a fever, the student is redirected to the health assessment room for further assessment by our school nurse. At that time, an oral thermometer will be used. Individuals found to be a fever greater than 100.4 will then be asked to return home. In grades 6 through 12, car riders will be asked to step out of the car as our faculty and staff will conduct the temperature screening. If a student is not found to be a fever, then it is permissible for the driver of the car to proceed accordingly. However, if a student is found to be a fever, then the student will be asked to return to the car. The student may return home with the parent or guardian and return to school when they are found to be fever-free. All students will be required to wear facial covering to and from school while being transported by buses. On buses with monitors, students will receive a temperature check as they board the bus. The Jasper County Charter System also strongly recommends that parents and guardians remain at the pickup location for their child until loading. This is in case the student is found to be a fever. If a parent or guardian is with the student at pickup location and the student is found to be a fever, then the student will not be permitted on the bus. A fever is defined as a temperature of 99.5 degrees or greater with our laser thermometers. If a parent or guardian is not with the student at pickup location and the student is found to be a fever, then the student will be placed on the bus in a designated area, socially distanced from peers. The student will be required to wear a facial covering during transportation and will be placed in a sick room until other medical personnel can assess the condition. Students will be assigned seating on the buses, as this is to promote social distancing as well as contact tracing. Siblings will be required to sit together on bus transportation to and from school. Hand sanitizer will be provided to students upon arrival to school and while boarding for departure. Pre-K will use sanitary wipes in lieu of sanitizers. Buses will be wiped down and cleaned after each route by our bus driver and/or monitors. Backpack disinfectant sprayers will be used periodically to provide extra cleaning for our buses as we move throughout the school year. Classrooms may have 30 students or greater. Due to the pandemic, we have tried to limit the class sizes and promote, with the arrangement of the seating in the room, social distancing in order to provide a safer environment for all students. In the scenes that you have in our video, we are trying to illustrate what school may look like in terms of distancing and the classroom configuration. One challenge the Jasper County Charter System faces, as well as every other district in the state and nation, is efforts to promote social distancing within the classroom. One requirement that the system will enforce is students will be assigned seating and remain in those seats as we try to maintain contact tracing throughout the day with our students. Efforts have been made to promote social distancing as feasible based upon the classroom configuration, grade level, and size of the room. Our classes in grades kindergarten through third grade will have no more than 20 students at any given time in a setting. In grades 4-5, students will be assigned to a classroom setting of no greater than 24 at any given time. In grades 6 through 8, classrooms are much larger at our middle school, and we are able to provide social distancing at a much better configuration. In grades 9 through 12, classrooms may be adjusted to alternate settings as sizes vary from course offerings. For example, our high school auditorium may be used as our band room for the upcoming semester. Our high school band room may be used as our history classroom, which possesses a lot of students. In computer labs across the district, social distancing will be promoted according to classroom sizes. Computer keyboards will be wiped down daily after each use. Dividers will be placed between computer stations in order to promote a safer environment. Efforts will be made to limit the number of students during transitioning to and from classes in the same area to the best extent possible. In hallways, a one-direction traffic flow pattern will be established and signs will be posted to indicate this direction. Staff will be stationed throughout the building to help ensure all students get to their appropriate classroom safely. Classroom doors will be opened by staff as feasible in order to limit the number of people in contact with door handles. Hand sanitizer, again, will be accessible as students enter new classroom settings. Meals served through our school nutrition program will have a different look as we move through this year during our new normal. In an effort to provide social distancing, each grade level will rotate days to eat in the classroom or in the cafeteria. Students in grades K through 8 will implement a lunch schedule with approximately 50% of capacity in cafeterias and utilize classrooms to accommodate the rest of the students. All schools, as feasible, will utilize one-directional seating. Parents are encouraged to send money in advance to avoid daily transactions with physical money. At Jasper County Middle School, if a student participates in car riders, they will enter the gymnasium, go through the concession stand, receive their breakfast, and report directly to the gymnasium where social distancing is provided in order for students to eat their breakfast. Jasper County High School will move to 3 lunch periods during the school year to promote social distancing, and will also reduce the number of seats at the round table utilized by the cafeteria from 8 to 3 students at one time. Jasper County High School will also utilize the gymnasium and other areas to promote social distancing during meal services. Water fountains are a major concern as we move into our new school year. The existing water fountains will be turned off. Instead, they will be replaced with bottle filling stations throughout all of our schools. Students are encouraged to bring a water bottle daily to fill up at the bottle filling station. Each school will designate times for students to have the opportunity to fill their water bottles for hydration purposes. During the first 10 days of school, all students will be trained in the following guidance for hygiene. 1. Proper hand washing techniques. 2. Proper use of hand sanitizer. 3. Correct wearing of facial cover. 4. Proper covering of coughs and sneezes when they occur. 5. How to maintain personal space. And number 6. General classroom procedures to prevent the spread of viruses as we move forward. In lieu of traditional learning, an online platform will be provided as an option for parents and students to choose as we begin the school year. Students participating in online learning must remain in online learning at least during the first 9 weeks of the school year in grades kindergarten through 5th grade. In grades 6 through 12, students must remain online for the entire semester as we transition throughout the school year. Expectations for online learning will be very similar to traditional school. Assignments must be completed, Grades will reflect work completed and can be negatively impacted if work is not completed. All assignments to support online learning should be turned in online when designated by the instructor. All assignments to support online learning must meet all submission timelines in order to receive full credit. Any student served by the Program of Exceptional Children, or PEC, electing the online option will be contacted by PEC staff to discuss learning opportunities. Again, pre-K will not be offered this service as they will participate in a traditional setting. Students must have the capability to access connectivity with the ability to stream video in order to provide an optimal learning environment. Please remember, the Jasper County Charter System will update with additional guidance as we move forward. As we receive information from our partnering health agencies, the Jasper County Charter System will try to abide by the latest recommendations as we move forward. Thank you for your efforts in mitigating the spread of illness and promoting a safe environment in our schools. Your cooperation in adhering to the guidance provided within this film will make our system safer as we move forward into the 2021 school year. Until then, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in August. Jasper County students, we want you back in school, and we love to see you. For the remainder of the summer, and as we begin the school, remember 3 things. Wash your hands, wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart.